Okay, so it is January 28th, 2025, or it is moving into Tuesday, January 28th, 2025. It's like midnight. I have a sore throat. So tomorrow, so much, so much, so much. So much, and I don't know what to do, and so much, and I don't know what to do. As usual, because things the past months have been really messed up and causing me not to know what to do at all. So I had to work this Saturday. It was a mandatory work day. So tomorrow, today, Tuesday, supposed to be my day off, my mandatory day off, and I'm going to have to disregard that and log into work and work because I don't have a paycheck. And the past number of months, this has been happening repeatedly where when I normally get a paycheck, I don't get a paycheck anymore. Like $0 and 0 cents. I get no paycheck at all. And then it like days passed when I would normally get a paycheck. I finally get like a drastically reduced, less than minimum wage paycheck. That's what keeps happening the past months. And I had to repair the brake master cylinder on the vehicle and um, clean some sensors and get diagnostic work done. And an O2 sensor has to be replaced because it's not firing, it's not working at all. So when and if I get paid this paycheck, when and if I have to pay for that, and I have to get those things done in order to move into the vehicle. Because if I don't get those things done, uh, the vehicle is a whole new definition of it unreliable, um, like a big parked brick. So I have to get those things done. It's not like I'm getting new paint or cosmetics. That's not what this is. And I have to get propane, and I have to get propane during the day. You can't get propane at night after work because everything is closed. Particularly the places that where it's more affordable to get propane, they are closed after my work shift ends. So even though, because I had to work Saturday, Tuesday is a mandatory day off, I'm going to have to disregard that and log into work tomorrow, later today, Tuesday, and work anyway. Even though I'm not allowed to do that, I'm not allowed to do that. That's not permitted. I'm going to have to do it. I don't have a choice because I have to get propane for whenever, if ever, I get paid. And I'm not going to get paid tomorrow because my paycheck is already, as always in the recent months, late. And I always got the paychecks when I would normally be expecting to get the paycheck, but the paycheck is late. And also recent months when I get the paycheck, like it keeps getting progressively worse. Like at first it was 50% of my income I wasn't getting, and then it was more than 50% of my income that I wasn't getting, and now it's even more than that. that I'm not getting, and my paychecks are late now. It keeps getting progressively worse because my income is being stolen. My income is being stolen. It's abusive. It's abuse by proxy. It's unjust. It's wrong. It's corrupt. It's horrible abuse. But I can't do anything because my paychecks are being stolen. And I'm thinking about, well, what did I do wrong? Because I'm trying to prep to be able to weather this. So I'm trying to get shelf stable food, but if I gobble it all up, then this is never going to get any better. Like, I have to have a certain storage amount before I can eat it, because if I just buy it and eat it, then I'm just going from basically unstable, nearly non existent paycheck to unstable, non existent paycheck to when I'm just going to get terminated from my job because I can't function like this. And then there's not going to be anything because I've gobbled it all up. So I can't do that. But then I made the mistake the last 2 or 3 paychecks of buying food to eat. And I didn't buy a lot. I bought 4 or 5 $1 loaves of bread, one pack, 1 4-stick pack of butter, 1 carton of like 18 eggs. And they're not $20 where I'm at. It was like $7 or whatever where I'm at for the eggs. And a little bit of bacon. And not this super expensive bacon, the cheapest bacon I could find. That's all I bought for 3 weeks. And it was a mistake. And then the paycheck prior, I got some loaves of bread, like a 2-stick pack of butter, and a few other things. I didn't get any bacon or anything. I didn't get any kind of meat product. And that also is unaffordable. That's unaffordable. So whenever, if ever, I get this paycheck, I have to figure out what I'm going to do, because the only thing left to cut out is the food I put in my belly right now. That's the only thing left to cut out. And I have to cut it out. Like, I have to reduce it drastically. And so I'm trying to decide, like, can I just get 5 or 6 $1 loaves of bread and the butter, and that's it for what I put in my belly right now? We're moving forward for 3 weeks. And then, like, if I could get some bags of flour and leavening for storage, and I don't mean like 100 bags of flour and leavening. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like 4 or so bags of flour with some little cans of leavening, Clabber Girl, that type of thing. And then I could store that. Like, maybe that's doable. And then get propane, pay for the internet to continue working, pay for the phone bill to continue working. And then the auto insurance is another issue because it was set for auto pay on the 28th and it's going to fail. So my auto insurance is going to be canceled again. Because I think my workplace literally does not know what to pay me anymore. Because more and more and more and more and more money keeps getting stolen, that I'm getting paid way past when I would normally get paid because my workplace doesn't even know what to pay me anymore. I'm guessing that's what it is. Like they don't know if I'm supposed to receive anything at all for a paycheck because so much money is getting stolen. And yeah, so if I get paid, I need to get the propane and the other stuff I mentioned and dog food for the service dog and like, you know, pay a few more bills, preferably if I can get some small bills paid into the future because this situation is like it is. And like, for example, my auto insurance is going to be canceled and I'm going to be without auto insurance again. Even though I'm not driving anywhere, but it doesn't matter if when your auto insurance gets canceled, then to reinstate it, it's like a $200 payment plus more to reinstate it, and there's no way I can afford that. So I'm probably going to be driving without auto insurance again because my paycheck is late. I really need to get the sensor on the vehicle fixed because I have to move into the vehicle because I'm being stalked and all of that. And I can't stay here and I can't stay any stationary location because if I'm in a stationary location, any stationary location, that's the key, then the stalking will go to that stationary location and anyone who is helping me live in a stationary location will also be stalked. No matter what. Doesn't matter if it's landlord, doesn't matter what it is. Neighbors, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is. Those people are going to be stalked. And I'm going to be stalked for being in a stationary location. So I can't do that. But I have to get the vehicle fixed to not be in a stationary location. And all my money's getting stolen. The majority of my money's getting stolen from working. So I can't. It's like taking forever. And then all the things that got destroyed when I was fighting for my children because I wasn't paying to maintain things and keep things from getting destroyed while fighting for my children because all the evidence was there to have this be a different outcome. But the lawyer lost on purpose, so this isn't a different outcome. And now there's nothing I can do about it because of everything I've explained, I believe, and other related things that go along with what I've explained. And so now it's like hopeless. It can't be fixed without others helping, and others do not help. So, yeah, the only thing I have left to cut out is the food I would put in my belly. So, I don't even know if like 5 or 6 or whatever dollar loaves of bread and butter and just that is affordable. Like that's like luxurious. That's like luxurious. The butter is like $3 a pack. And that might be more than I can afford to actually for eating for the next 3 weeks. But ultimately, it comes out cheaper than boxes of the store brand saltine crackers. And pasta doesn't, I don't do good with pasta. I can't digest it. She would think I couldn't digest the bread, and I'm probably not digesting the bread very well, but I can digest it better than pasta. I don't know. I literally don't know what to do. Like the past 2 or 3 paychecks, I've tried to set myself up so that when this happened again, it wouldn't be a huge train wreck mess, but I didn't have enough money. Like I tried the past like 3 paychecks to make it so this didn't happen again. And I just didn't have enough money. Like I have to get a propane. I have to get propane. If I don't get propane, the batteries will get destroyed, then I won't have any electricity, and then I can't power the computer and stuff to work. And I filled up every propane bottle I had, and it was $127 worth of propane. And now I do have propane right this moment, but tomorrow's Tuesday or later today is Tuesday. So there's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And if I don't get more propane, yeah, I would run out. Like every container to fill up a propane that I own was not enough propane to handle the paycheck being late. And yeah, I wanted to buy a couple more containers for propane, but too much money's being stolen and I couldn't afford it. It wasn't remotely possible to afford that. And it's really a pretty hopeless situation. And right in the middle of all this as well, I have the issue with my kids. And it's the figuring it all out. And hopefully, and I've had 2 more vivid dreams, by the way, that I didn't record anything about. And this wasn't tonight or the night prior. This was like in the past 30 days. I've had 2 more vivid dreams about my child, and I've been so exhausted and so stressed and so depressed. And it's interesting because Psycho Boy, Sociopath X, lied and said I was depressed and convinced people of that prior, but it was his lies. It was his lies. It was not true. Now it's true because of everything, just like everything, all of it. And I could describe a lot of what that's like now that it's true. It's not true because I have any internal defect. It's true because of everything that's going on that's messed up and that can't be fixed. That's why. That's literally why. But yeah, for the first time in my life, it's like the weight's too heavy sometimes, a lot of times, for me to even function. For the first time ever, 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 ever in my entire life. Like I'm not getting SHIT done a lot of times because of it. Like it doesn't even matter if I have my arthritis under control and I have the things I need. It's just that emotional weight's too heavy because of all this messed upness. First time in my entire life. First time in my entire life. I guess that maybe that was, his whole point is to make it true by whatever means necessary. And by destroying everything, it's a no-brainer that eventually he'd make his lies as much as possible true. Not all of his lies, but that one at least. Anywho, um, so yeah, I had 2 more really vivid dreams that I didn't make recordings about. One of them I remember, it was super short, and the other one was really detailed and longer, and I don't even remember it. And on top of all of that, circling back around to the reality of my kids. I am trying to wrap my mind around that he's damaged them to the point with the abuse, the parental alienation, the lies, deception, and brainwashing, and everything, isolating them from reality, censoring them from reality, parental alienation, that they're, and everything else he's done, that my children are trash, that my children are not salvageable. I don't think they're salvageable. I don't think there's anything that can be said or done to make them salvageable. Either one of them. Um, I suspect he has turned them both into basically mini-me's, and they probably suffer from the same disorder he has, sociopathy, and then the Jibbity Jabbity Jews, and the DNA alteration from that, and the way that that causes damage, including to the brain region, specific areas of it, because there's been so many of those done to them that they have volunteered for eagerly. And obviously, his agenda is to break me and destroy me and strip mine me and ensure that everything gets stolen up front right now so that there could never even be an inheritance for them. And then he can tell them, oh, see, there never would have been and there never was. And they believe anything. I mean, the critical thinking is below zero over there. And they're complicit. They're not only complicit, they are participants in that agenda. And I have to wrap my mind around how they are active, eagerly willing, dedicated participants in that agenda. Steal everything from mom now, destroy mom, steal everything from mom, destroy mom. Take, 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 destroy, kill mom. Like they're actively participants in it. And I believe that they are knowing and aware and fully informed in regard to that part of what they're doing. And what does that mean? It's obvious what that means, that they are not salvageable. So, somewhere on the spare room I have on my overheaped plate here of disaster that keeps getting worse, I have to try to figure out if there is anything when I go and meet the spirit in the sky, so to speak, If there's anything, who do I give that to? Obviously, their agenda, and they are, again, obviously complicit in it, from what I could see, is to kill me to try to get everything right now, even if it doesn't exist right now. It doesn't matter. Just take everything right now. I mean, it sounds crazy, but I have evidence of it. I have evidence of it. And one of these days I'll have to show that evidence. It's the only thing that also logically makes sense to explain the behaviors, the actions, the inactions, all of it, how it all lines up, what it means. Just what it seems like from what I see and hear and experience. And I've tried to open an opportunity to hear the opposite if it's true. Let's just put it that way. And that door is open. But I'm not hearing or seeing any opposite. And so if it turns out to be true, which I believe it will, and if there is anything when I leave this planet, when I pass away, if there is anything at that juncture by that time, then who gets it? Who gets it? Not them. No, no. I can't. And I would think they could care less. They don't want anything. I mean, they think they're rolling high on the hog because everything is being stolen from me right now, and they're living, quite honestly, they're living a lie. But I don't think it really matters to them, and I don't think it ever will. I mean, why should it matter to them? Everything is getting stolen from me now. It makes, Mr. Sociopath look like he has a lot more, like he has earned and righteously has a lot more than what he has. And then he's receiving a lot of other things for free from people. And all these people that are floating him on the gravy train are going to keep doing it forever, I believe. And those people will probably float these kids on the gravy train forever too. So they would never have to reflect on anything else. And if you're the kind of person that I'm describing, that I suspect they are, and that the door being wide open, I'm not hearing or seeing anything to show me different, then why would they care? Right? They wouldn't. I mean, the gravy train from all of those people aiding and abetting is a lot more plush than anything that I would ever have to offer. Multiple people that aren't victims of abuse by proxy like I am. If you're not a victim of abuse by proxy like I am, of course you're gonna, you know, have so much more material goods. And I think the material is 100% all that kids care about. That's what they've been taught. It's a very malignant, narcissist, sociopath way of thinking and processing and seeing the world that I believe they've been taught and that they believe, and that they don't have any form of capacity to be different. Again, the door's open. The door is open for me to see and hear something different. But at a certain point, I'm not going to be here anymore to see different. And I don't think they care. Anyway, hopefully I get paid. I mean, literally at this point, that's all I can say. Hopefully I get a paycheck, because I seriously may not get a paycheck. And that's been the reality every pay period, where I have to realize I may not get a paycheck. And that's the honest truth. But if I do get one of any kind, hopefully I can finish getting more of the vehicle fixed and get 5 or 6 loaves of bread if I decide that's meager enough and affordable, and some butter, get some bags of flour, some leavening, propane, some dog food, and just hopefully I get paid. And tomorrow, the mandatory day off, I'm going to log into work and I'm going to work. And however I get written up, however I get into trouble, however, it doesn't matter, because I have to wait until I have, if I get a paycheck, if I get a paycheck, I have to wait until I do get whatever paycheck there is, because the propane is not affordable as it stands, because so much of my money is getting stolen. The propane is going to be less affordable if I can't literally go out early in the day when normally I'd be logged in at work to go get the propane. And at this moment, I still need the propane, because guess what? I have to get this vehicle fixed. I can't move into the vehicle if these things are not fixed. And I'm still working on getting the same vehicle fixed. So that's the situation. All right. Again, it is January going into the 28th, 2025. Hopefully I didn't flub up the date prior.